False Knight. The first major boss most players run into in Hollow Knight isn't actually a knight at all. It's a maggot pretending to be one. The False Knight is a tiny, terrified creature wearing the stolen armor of Hegemal, one of the 5 great knights of Hallownest. On the outside, he looks unstoppable, a towering brute with a giant mace and armor the size of a house. But inside, he's shaking. He's desperate, and he's trying to protect his siblings the only way he knows how. When he discovered Hegemal asleep inside his massive shell, he believed wearing that armor would give him the strength he always lacked. He wasn't driven by greed or madness, just fear. Fear that he wouldn't be strong enough to protect the other maggots living above the arena. But when the infection spread into the Crossroads, the armor twisted his mind. It fed into every insecurity he had, making him furious, unstable, and convinced he had real power. When you step into his chamber, he drops from the ceiling like a meteor, smashing anything still alive. And under all the noise, you can almost hear the frightened whimper of the maggot inside, overwhelmed by the chaos he's creating. Each time you stagger him, the armor cracks open, and the real False Knight tumbles out, scrambling to climb back in before you strike. Eventually, he slams the ground so hard that the entire floor collapses beneath you. You fall together, and the fight ends below. The armor shatters, the maggot spills out, and suddenly, he's not a monster. He's just a scared creature who reached for strength he wasn't ready for. If you return later to the storeroom, you'll find his body lying there while the other maggots mourn him silently. Dreamnail his corpse, and you're pulled into his deepest regret, the failed champion, a faster, stronger, agonized version of the knight he never became. The False Knight wasn't evil. He was just a creature who wanted to protect someone, and paid the price for wanting that strength too badly. Gruzmother. Next is the Gruzmother, a boss that's equal parts tragic, chaotic, and weirdly sad. She blocks the path deeper into the Crossroads, sleeping peacefully until you strike her. And when she wakes up, she loses all control. She's a giant bloated gruzer who doesn't lay eggs normally. Instead, she carries all her children inside her stomach. A strange, exhausting process that leaves her barely conscious. By the time you reach her, she's worn down, overwhelmed, and running on instinct alone. Wake her up, and she crashes wildly between the floor and the ceiling, ricocheting around the arena like she's trying to escape her own body. She charges straight at you, bounces off walls, screeches, and slams without any real pattern. There's no malice. Just panic. Just instinct. Her health is low, making the fight short, but when she finally collapses, her stomach bursts open, and the babies inside pour out in a swarm. They're frantic, fast, and have to be defeated before the arena unlocks. It's still chaotic, but without the swarm, the fight becomes more about positioning than panic. Brooding Moloch. The Brooding Moloch is easily one of the bleakest encounters in the entire Forgotten Crossroads. It sits hidden behind a wall jump section, far off the main path, in a room littered with the fossilized remains of its kind. This one is completely alone, and it's losing its mind. The Moloch originally comes from the ancient basin, deep below Hallownest, but this one was stranded, surrounded by nothing but silence and death. Over time, the isolation shattered its mind. The infection only made it worse, covering its body with swollen bulbs and pushing it deeper into madness. Its movements are erratic, unpredictable, almost desperate. Its attacks include wild claw slashes, arcs of infection spit, sudden leaps across the arena, and its signature vomit burst. This fight teaches new players some of the most important skills in Hollow Knight: reading movement, timing dashes, and staying calm when the entire screen is filled with danger. When you finally defeat it, the infection inside explodes outward, destroying the host immediately. And if you dreamnail the Moloch, its thoughts are painful to read. Where are they? Do they hear me? Alone, alone. It's not a monster, it's a creature broken by solitude, drowned in infection, calling out for a family that will never return. Thank you for watching this video. On this channel, I like to explain games. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe and like.